Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, pretty much it all. Tonight, we are playing a game that I wrote, because, why not? Called Who We Are. Game about memories and playing characters that don't know who they are. You know nothing about yourselves, but you build it as you play. It is free up on our itch.io. Should have had that link. I didn't. Get it later. You can just search itch.io who we are.
I know, guys.
It's free. Oh, thank you. But yeah, before we get into the specifics, we have just a few announcements to go through. We have two sponsors for the game. That is HeroForge.com, which is used for our token making, but mainly it's where you can go to make super cool mini models and get them sent straight. Our other sponsor is Epidemic Sound, which is for all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects, like what you're hearing. And in our intro, which absolutely rocked, use our link to Epidemic Sound to get 30 days access free to the entirety of their website. At the end of the 30 days, if you decide that you want it, you don't need it, you can cancel. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it does go to support us if you decide to. We heckin' love you for it. Other than that, if you miss any of our streams, you can find them on our YouTube channel, which is just Lost Caravan RPG at YouTube. Or you can check out our website, which is Lost Caravan RPG, for all of our cool merch, also to about the team behind the stream and the community that helps to support us. That's all I got. If you want to come roll some dice with us, we do casting calls each and every month. You can either find them on our Twitter at Lost Caravan RPG or join our Discord, link down below that big old button that says Discord, where we hang out, post said casting calls, schedules, and just generally be giant nerds. All right. I think that's all we got for announcement. If you missed our other playthroughs of this game, we have done a space station. What are they called? Weeping Angel game. We just did an Old West Purgatory game, and we did a post-apocalyptic robot game, and now we're doing zombies. Should be nice and lighthearted.
Just making your way down all the apocalypse train.
Can you tell that I love horror games?
No.
But before we dive into it, I do want to go around and give everyone a chance for them to tell you who they are. And they would tell you who they're playing tonight, but no one knows. You literally can't build a character before you start playing. So, we'll go clockwise, starting from me, which is starting with Sin.
Hello! I am Sin, Synthetic20, a Synthetic20 on Twitch and Twitter. And am I wearing actual clothes today to give me some modicum of control over traits of my character when I normally am just in my theater blacks? Maybe. We'll see. But I am playing Sam, myself, and Sam are both non-binary they-them pronouns.
Am I cutting in my volume, cutting in and out for anyone else?
I haven't noticed it.
No. Nah.
I'm gonna keep my eye on my. But that brings us over to Ling.
Hello, I'm Ling. I'm at needmore_dice on Twitter. I believe I'm playing someone or something named Gina. There you go. That's all I got.
The fact that you've introduced something is terrifying.
No, stop! This is very good. I love this.
What, you mean everyone didn't get pre-stream private messages? Sure. Brings us over to Heck.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot, you know. And tonight I am playing Michelle, and the two of us use she, they pronouns. Alright, let's keep on keeping on.
Yeah. Over to LC.
Hi, I'm Elsie. Um, I'm really excited to play this game, and today I think I'm playing someone named Sabrina. Am I a teenage witch? Who knows? We both go by she, her pronouns, and I have been instructed I have to save tears for tomorrow. So please don't be too mean, Hoop. Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna be super lighthearted game. Like I said.
Yeah. Well, you notice Elsie didn't say anything about anyone else being mean.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm choosing to ignore certain people.
Over to you, Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. Apparently today I'm playing somebody named Troy. I don't know, some dude, and I guess we'll figure it out. But yeah, Twitter SL Fife and a lot of other places at Raven Black Photography. So
Yeah. And of course, I'm Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. Although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks, especially for Pathfinder Week, because we have a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and we are here to support it. Speaking of Pathfinder Week, it's going to be nothing but Pathfinder. 7 days. And I am super excited for it. We have some, we'll say, enthused people about the Pathfinder 2nd Edition system. We won't name any names, James, but they were very excited for us to have this. All right. Why don't we dive on into it? Music is far too cheap. I'm gonna go with my favorite epidemic soundtrack called You're Not Hiding Very Well. End of the world. Abrupt, bloody, painful. It was not the end of humanity. Humanity kept on struggling, regardless of the challenges we faced. Before we see our very first character, keep the scene moving. Hand down into an underground facility. Most of the lights barely functioning. Last of the air filtration system barely holding on. Most of the employees are either dead or long since undead. Not all of them. Ooh, Sabrina, you have been drifting. There were moments where you swear that you could hear people talking, screaming, that hey, continue. Not till odd sound, like scratching, that your mind finally starts to regain control of your body. What would you like to do?
I don't know how I got here. And the scratching definitely is unsettling. It makes my heart beat faster and I don't know why. I want to move away from it, but I don't know where to go.
Trying to your arms, legs. Start. At first there's nothing. Then that feeling, that sensation of like leg being for just too long and then try to move. That shooting pain. That's every. Slowly, finger, toes start to respond. Open your eyes. A very bright light.
I I don't want to look at the light, and I turn my head away, and I try to move my arms to kind of like block the light like from my eyes, and I want to sit up, and when I sit up, it hurts, but not bad enough to stop me. And I want am it just is all really hazy still. I don't know who I was or where I need to go. And that tingling sensation, it's familiar, and I don't want to remember. I can't remember how or why I remember this, but it's uncomfortable. And
That light kind of your eyes start to adjust, realizing that that spotlight you were staring at is regular faced over your bed. Your eyes have been closed for turned. Look around the room, but you're not alone. Someone else.
I'm gonna choose Troy.
As Sabrina wakes up, what does it look like?
He's tall, but tall is subjective, I guess, depending on how you view it. Considering I'm sitting there and he's standing. He's got a kind of what's the word? Widow's peak hairline. And he's seen better days. We all have seen better days. It's not something uncommon, that isn't it? We've all definitely seen better days, and I don't think any of us have really had a chance to look in the mirror for a good minute, and that's evident by the way he's missed a few spots on his beard that he's tried to shave. But it's not a mean face. It's a almost kind face.
Troy, I have a d20 on hand, right?
Yeah.
That'll roll for me.
10.
There's this stabbing pain. Starts kind of at the base of your arm and up, enough to kind of jolt you out of that. And your eyes are just open. Whether it was a conscious action or not, you were staring up. First blinding light fade as your eyes adjust, registering that pain's still shooting.
Pulls my arm across, kind of holding it tight against my chest. No idea what's going on, and looking around, kind of almost flop off the bed, but catch myself. Stand. Just that pain, I can still feel it running up through there. Just like something was injected, like it's just
There is
icy and hot at the same time.
currently an IV. Same for
Without even much thought, I'm just going to kind of grab it and just yank it out. Just kind of gritting my teeth the whole time. Oh, what the hell?
Well, there are others in the one that is up. John, would you give us a description of what you see for Sabrina?
She's a petite girl. Looks a little underfed, to be honest. Who knows how long she's been kind of roaming around trying to just have a full meal. But at the same time, what is there is strong and it's lean muscle from running and climbing and just surviving. There's no there's no real fat left on any of us out in this kind of
Say
situation.
that before this Sabrina was probably an athlete. Some kind.
I think it's probably a pretty good chance. It's more like a runner's build or even a dancer's build, maybe. Um, thin and lean, but quick twitch muscle. Till at some point, probably she tried to cut her own hair. It's not super great. Maybe a little ragged at the ends, but she at least tries. Maybe it's something to remind her of before. A connection back that way.
So the other two start to. You have a D20.
I do. Hold on. 18.
Opposition was painful awakening, or like this numbness that you experience realizing it. How that fading, cold, heartbeat, all these things that your brain is registering you haven't felt for so long. Able to.
Yeah, I think before Michelle does that, what she hears in her ears is like almost the restarting of all of these, senses one by one. Um, she hears her heartbeat start up again. It's very like slow, methodical at first. You can almost hear the flowing until she opens her eyes, and it's harsh light again, like we've said, and that numbness again feels like pins and needles as the rest of her slowly wakes up. Um, Here's whatever mechanical whirring might be in the background. Um, any beeping of monitors, anything like that. It starts very muffled, almost if underwater for a second, until everything kind of comes back online.
Heck, would you give us a.
Yeah. So Michelle is kind of an average height, average build woman with a like pretty much like just buzz cut, just like completely shaved head. Doesn't have to worry about it if it's not there. Um, so, um, several piercing in each ear, um, and is wearing like nothing that's like completely impractical. Just more like functional type garb. Shoes or boots that can handle walking around an apocalyptic setting. Um, Pants that are you know torn here and there. It's hard to come by clothes that are not completely torn at this point. Um, and is wearing kind of a heavier jacket over some type of like punk metal tank top of some kind.
Start to stir. That figure in the corner of the room, one of the beds, starting to wake. Two remaining. If the both of you have a d20 on hand, is that a little toss for me?
5.
18.
Sam, very similarly, awakening process, smooth. That numbing sensation that slowly fades, light pins and needles sensation, bring the sounds of that mechanical buzz, rustling bed sheet, others tell. For Gina, however, all of you being in your various states up suddenly hear this of pain that being connected, whoever this starts to flatline.
I turn in that direction, like a startled response at first, like hands like starting to come up, and till I see, then I see what's going on, and then run over and start looking at this machine and at Gina, like trying to figure out what I can do to fix this.
So, as the core mechanic of this, there typically are no dice, even though each time we play, I like to incorporate dice in a different way, but that's just you can do whatever the heck you want with it. Core mechanic is that we will build memories for each other. We'll help each other figure out who these characters were before whatever event took memories from them. So, Sam, as you're starting to wake and you see this other figure run over to this flatlining bedside, there's just this brief memory in your head of this figure. I need you to describe a memory that's coming to you. The time that Troy was either very talented at medical expertise or very unfortunately unskilled medical.
It was a long time ago. The memory is barely clawing at the back of my mind. But I do hear raucous noise around me. Sounds like gunfire. Because this isn't the first time that Troy and I have shared a battlefield. And I remember him patching me up as our unit's combat medic.
You're both either professional or private soldier.
A lifetime ago.
Troy, with that in mind, step over to the bed without knowing why this feels natural.
So Troy immediately starts looking around, and there's a small pin light, and I, kind of put my weight down to keep Gina from pulling up too hard and maybe yanking out the IV or harming herself, and check her pupils real quick. Just checking dilation, just kind of toss it aside, and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm actually looking for, but then, my eyes hop onto a small bottle that I recognize as a mild sedative of some kind. And I don't know why I remember this, but immediately grab that and a syringe from a little stand off to the side where this medical equipment is, and pull some of that into the syringe and jam it into the IV that's in Gina's arm so that it will calm her down, and just kind of sit back and kind of looking at my hands like, I don't know how I knew how to do that.
Stabilize. Shooting pain. Faded. Still kind of there, but you're also hearing voices. Hearing commotion. Although that fully waking up is still kind of drawn out process. What do the rest of you like to do?
Look over at Troy, say, doesn't look like the first time you've done that.
Oh. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but it just felt right. Like that was the answer, but I guess I don't even know what the question was.
I suppose healing hands don't require memories.
Maybe. But who are you?
I am not sure, but I remember you.
Suppose that leads to my next question. Who am I? I'll tell you, I don't remember a damn thing right now. I don't know where I am or how I got here.
The sounds going off. It triggered something in my memory. I think you and I were soldiers once.
Oh. No. I guess that would explain knowing how to keep someone from dying real quick, but yeah, what about the rest of y'all? Yeah, any of y'all know what's going on here?
Yes. We had said before Sabrina was in doctor-esque or nurse-esque attire. I wasn't sure which. Or is my brain just making that up? Were we all on the beds, or was one of us not on the beds?
We're all in the beds.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Sen's just playing a totally different game.
Here's the problem. I can't create core memories myself, so playing a game about memories is going to be a lot of fun.
I don't remember ever being told that I was wearing doctor or nurse-esque clothing, but I'm fine with that. That's
May have been Michelle.
Is that Michelle?
What?
No.
It was not me.
No?
No, that was punk attire.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
That's a whole different kind of nurse.
Guys, we don't remember anything.
So, in that case, I am just going to look around and see if there is anyone else here. Because if we're all in beds, it seems like someone must have put us there.
There is no one else in the room. It's a fairly small room, enough room for the 6 beds, some walking room in between them. There's a small connected bathroom, closet, and only one door in or out, which something is currently scratching.
Does
Okay.
it look like a medical facility room, or like a room in a house, or like a cell?
Like medical facility.
Then if there is something still scratching at the door, then my first thought is barricade to prepare. So I'm going to take, because we all had IVs, right?
Mhm.
Take the IV out, wrap the arm, and move over to put my bulk against the door.
There's kind of that little like rectangular window about face height. Would you say at any point that you get a view?
Uh, I do, but it's only vaguely shapes. I have forgotten my glasses at the bedside.
All a blur.
There's a lot of crimson blur out there.
Don't like that.
Oh, that was an oversight. Oh god, I just got it.
Well,
As Troy kind of stands there, tending to Gina, who is slowly gaining consciousness. So, what have you been doing?
I have been more delicately unwrapping the dressing around the IV to remove it. When I sat up, it kind of yanked against it, and that hurt. So I know something is there, and that I should be careful with it because it hurt. So I remove the IV and I press the dressing over top the place where it was, and I walk to Gina's side, and I don't remember a lot about anything going on, but I recognize Gina, and I ask what's wrong with Gina, because all of us are awake. Why isn't she?
She's getting there. I think maybe something on waking up. Maybe she was in the middle of a nightmare or something. The something about the process of waking up, I think, startled her. I don't necessarily think it's like a medical thing so much, but I gave her a little bit of this sedative that it won't knock her back out, but it was enough to calm her down, so her heart rate down, so that she's not freaking out. And as he's doing this, he's kind of taking the IV and the wrapping off of Gina's arm, uh, kind of carefully and gently, and
Or made conscious during this conversation, the other stand above you. Also, and your D6 down to a 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, Gina!
Nothing to be concerned about there, folks.
No.
I haven't even said anything yet. I'm already down to 5.
Imagine.
And Gina didn't even have the villain point directed at her. Like, come on now.
Well, we don't know that.
Far
Yeah,
away.
So am I starting to wake up? Alright. And I would say that the first thing I become aware of is pain. And it's I hear voices, but they don't matter right now. All that matters is this pain. And I curl up onto my side in a ball. And as the pain slowly starts to abate, I start to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on around me. And I'm not saying anything, I'm just observing as I slowly start to feel like I can walk again.
Careful now. Take your time. You had a bit of a start there on waking up initially.
How are you? Did you stab me?
What? No. I don't think. No.
Somebody else stab me?
I don't know. We all woke up here together.
Where's here?
Depends on your definition of stab. There were needles involved.
All right.
None of us seems to have a clue where we are. Looks like a hospital of some kind.
Did you bring me here?
No.
That's all I'm gonna say for now. I'll just lean back and start watching Wolfskin.
Could we get a description?
All right. Yeah. First, it's kind of hard to tell, because everything was happening. But you look over, and as she's sitting on the side, kind of rocking back and forth, you see kind of just a average sized woman. She has a coat that has obviously been scratched and been torn and mended as much as possible. Sometimes here it's with string, sometimes here it's with a shoelace. You can tell that she hasn't really been in a good place, but she's made the best of what she can. It's weird because she has something on her eyes. Can't really tell if it's makeup or dirt. And she's, sweating. She's gaunt. And she looks kind of like a cornered animal when they are ready to fight anything that's coming towards them.
That it almost looks like she's kind of fighting off an infection, like buddy.
Yeah, you can't really tell what it is, but she's obviously not okay. She is wearing a ripped up piece of cloth on her head, and you can tell at some point she tried to make some kind of a braid, but it's just a massive tank holes, and the clothing that she has isn't in great shape. Something wasn't going right for her when they brought her in here.
Door? Get a description for.
Yeah, Sam is dressed in what now looks to be in tatters, a nice sweater, long hair that was at one point well taken care of, but it's continued to just get longer. Same for well kept facial hair. But at this point, they're kind of just looking up, kind of squinting. And since Sabrina is up, they look over at her. Could you check by my bedside? I believe I am missing part of my face. Glasses.
Oh, yeah. Where she's gonna pause because when she was waking up, she didn't put to memory where everyone's bedside was. She was more focused on the scratching at the door. But with the direction of glasses, she's able to, in the small enough room, locate the glasses and pick them up. One of the lenses, though, is cracked. And I'm gonna bring them back over to him.
Take them. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Still keeping their back to the door, but looking through their one good eye, seeing outside.
About half a person, waist up, that is reaching out and continuously scratching their hand against. They're decayed to the point where it looks like they've been dead for weeks to months, maybe. But still, they're moving.
That is horrific. I look back and look to Sabrina. Will you confirm what I think I see?
I am keeping my distance from the door, uh, kind of hugging myself. Like I don't like the sounds that are coming from the door. I haven't liked them since I woke up, but I will kind of inch myself to see enough and just nod like yeah, yeah. I don't describe what I see. I just confirm. I can't process it.
Now, one's kind of split. Now left alone.
Yeah. And this time, Michelle's probably taken the time to take out the IV carefully. She doesn't rip it out or anything. But she probably mutters under her breath too. Fuck were they giving to us anyway? And she's gonna look at the IV bag itself to see like what actually was in there.
Completely blank.
Great. We love mystery fluids.
Spaghetti.
Oh,
I'd say the
yay.
question for you. Someone is bringing up a very negative. Who is it? Why?
Ooh. Ooh, you're giving me this one? Oh no. Um yeah, I think Michelle starts getting memories of when this was all starting and how it was just confusion, right? Nobody really knew what was going on. Um, there were, first responders everywhere going in all kinds of directions. It was chaos. It was absolute chaos. Um, and Michelle was trying to get the group of people she's with, we'll just say like she's hanging out with friends outside when this all like really hit a climax. And they're a little part of the city. And Gina was part of that. Part of, her group. Um and at least from what we can tell, it's just the two of us out of this group that survived. And I think the negative memory associated with that is that Michelle had to make a choice between Gina and somebody else to get out in time, and she chose Gina, but that's still associated with the other person they had to leave behind.
When Gina were friends.
Yeah.
You would also feel that kind of connection. Maybe not knowing where it's coming from, but from your position of cornered and scared, or looking across the room. Yeah, that's maybe brings both happy and sad.
Yeah. As soon as I see Michelle, I start to relax a bit. I don't think I quite know who she is yet, but I have a good feeling about it, and I know that none of these people look like they're here to hurt me. Um, I seem to remember something about music, and a song comes into my head, and it just start kind of, I don't know what it is, but I start kind of quietly singing it to myself. And I look around the room and I start, you know, I start grabbing what I can. There's tubes everywhere. I open the first aid, box that's always on the wall to see if there's anything in there. And I find, you see Gina find a length of cording of tube. And she walks over to Sam and says, "Give me the part of your face that fell off." All right.
Sam will
Yeah.
hand their glasses to her.
So I stick the edge, the end, in one side and on the other. And I make like those granny librarian things. You don't want to lose these again.
Fair. I suppose fashion might well be over.
What are you talking about? I still good.
Touche.
Let me just go about my business.
Um, when Gina seems, she starts to get up and everything is obviously recovering at least somewhat. Troy will move away and actually going to go over towards the. You said there was a bathroom attached, right? And kind of carefully push the door open and look inside and start checking that out, see if there's anything of note in there.
Toilet sink corner of the room kind of has like that raised edge where bathe.
Is there a? He's gonna kind of reach up. And there's a curtain, that goes across the little shower area. Kind of grab hold of that bar a little bit. And it ain't an iron pipe, but better than nothing. And he's gonna yank that down. Kind of test it a little bit.
Something.
Feels a little better.
Sound of the scratching has thankfully faded away. However, whatever that was, to have been distracted. They've turned and started pulling themselves down the hall. But it's replaced by something. I'm going to post this for all of you games, so you can also full immersion.
Oh boy. We
A
love
tr-
we love us some immersion.
it's a treat.
Very soft at first, but louder, louder. Very feminine voice, very feminine sound, crying starts to escalate, sobs. But there's something so like someone was mimicking crying, doing their best to beats louder, softer. Those of you at the see a figure slowly shamble the hall. Rail thin, feminine figure, tatters. That same decayed muscle, bone, and long, almost stark white hair really hits the floor. Stop for that crying, coming to a pause. Starts.
You don't hear that.
Yeah.
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 I will look up to the room and I will say, barely above a whisper, "That isn't human."
Is the door locked?
I will not test it, actually.
Fair enough.
I'm just holding it.
So
I just realized that actually testing it would create sound, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think Michelle is actually going to put herself in front of like some of the other folks that um are like staying more to the back of the room. As she procures a hefty pocket knife.
I'm spending my villain point from Yoda. Very much as this thing fully turns towards the door. Face is just sunken. Take just a moment, and without having any lungs, organs of any kind that you see in this frail, thin humanoid figure, they still just let out this ear-piercing scream, violent, angry, and it echoes.
Um, Immediately when that echoes and the screech resounds through the halls, I cannot stop myself from also letting out a short scream, but immediately like cover my mouth and like stumble backwards a little bit away from the window.
As Sabrina like kind of starts to stumble back, Troy kind of is coming back out of the bathroom, and he kind of reaches out and grabs her by the arm and pulls her behind him, so that he is in between her and the door with this, stainless steel shower rod curtain. Curtain rod.
Very good.
And at that moment, Sam is going to just point to Troy and then point behind him to the toilet, pointing at the like heavy plaster thing that I can't think of the name of right now.
Yeah.
the lid.
Mm,
Kind of asking for a weapon.
yeah. Here, I will hand you that rod, and then kind of turn back towards the bathroom, look at Sabrina for a second, and pause, and then duck in there and grab the tank lid, the heavy
Yep.
porcelain tank lid,
Yep.
straight out of Zombie Land.
Yes.
Are these the beds? Are they gurneys?
Mhm.
So I'll try to whisper, barricade the door. I'll look at the gurney. Like, do we want to barricade?
Sam, as you are reaching for that pipe, something slams itself into that door behind. That screech going on for inhuman amount of time. The creature doesn't need to breathe. And even from in this room, even over the sound of this, you can hear footsteps. Not one or two or a few, but what sounds like dozen that are just scrambling over top of each other.
Then Sam is going to say, "And go to end the scream.
Gonna pull open the door.
And take pipe to temple.
And I'm going to so if the door is opening this way, Troy will be on the other side of the door there, and as soon as Sam takes that shot and pulls back, Troy steps in, just golf swing with the toilet lid, and see if we can't double tap and finish the job.
The stunning blow from the pipe, which does kind of turn that scream into a gurgle, and then just one crack. That porcelain lid. Silence. Other than more than a dozen figures that appear from down the hall, from above you, all now scrambling their way to
Yeah, did we say that there was a window?
there's a
thought there's
window
two.
to the door.
And we
And
don't know if we're underground.
just for the reference, just boot on head, double tap.
Always.
Fair enough.
Always.
And don't forget the snowballs. I think that's what they were.
I think Sam's main thought at this point is barricade until things get better, because hopefully another one of those isn't going to attract more.
They're already on their way. We can't stay here.
Is there a fire extinguisher in the room?
Hmm.
There is now.
I grab it off the wall.
Great.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
We need to
I'm a
go.
doc. We gotta go now.
Stepping out into the hall, in the full massacre that happened down here. Those that aren't these walking corpses torn to pieces. Left, like the hallway runs down, eventually comes to some kind of waiting room, maybe? Hard to tell from here. Off to your right, where it only goes for about 30 feet before it sharply turns.
Is there equal amount of blood both directions? And when we heard those footsteps, did they sound like they were going any particular way?
Not really. It sounds like it's coming from where.
All directions.
Is there any of the massacred bodies that look like they might have been security for the hospital or
Oh,
whatever?
absolutely.
Okay. I want to go to whichever body looks the most like it was a security person. It probably doesn't look like a security person anymore. And take whatever I can find off of them. Everybody else has a weapon, and I'd like one too, just just in case. Um, I don't know if this area was looted or if people have already come through here, but so there's probably not like a gun or anything, and I wouldn't want that either. I don't think I've ever fired a gun before.
One of those
But I do
extendable
the
baton
yeah.
things.
Yeah. I
Ass.
was like, okay, I'm glad you found that because I was seriously thinking about just like breaking down one of the IV racks and just handing it to you. So, okay,
Right?
so
Also a
that's
good
perfect.
option.
Uh,
And I have no problem just opening it like I've done it before.
Not only would you
But that
find that extendable baton, but you'd also find a key card.
exactly what I was thinking. I was just like, that was a good idea, and I was gonna ask
You
that.
guys were like playing 4D chess, and I'm like, I just want a hit stick.
while she's doing that,
Mhm.
Sam's going to go back into the room to grab one of the gurneys, because they've got to move out of the room if they move them into the room at some point. And just point at both directions. Which way?
Usually
Yeah.
hospital rooms are there to keep people in.
Right.
More exits
Wait.
the other direction.
If that's a waiting room down there, that might be closer to outside. We might be able to get out of this building, figure out what the hell's going on.
Gotcha. Then put the gurney down, not like with its wheels up, but
On its
like
side.
on its side to create a small barrier.
I like
And-
that. And if everyone else is kind of like doing all these other things, and the small time that Michelle would like to grab things, she's gonna go to like whatever is the emergency crash cart in this room that has like all the drugs and stuff. She's gonna take whatever she can of
An armful of
medicinal
stuff.
supplies. Yep.
Nice.
And the small barrier sets you all turn, start running your way down. But looks like it could be a waiting room. It's certainly a larger room at the end. Passing by room after room where the doors are either opened or physically torn off their hinges. Very similar to yours, there are gurneys, IV stands, no bodies.
The hell was this place?
No idea.
We can figure that out after we get out of it.
Existential
Yes.
questions aren't going to help right now, that's for sure.
Alright.
Do we see any
Keep moving.
exits?
Hit that room. There are chairs, there is a front desk, there are vending machines, and a pair of double-doored elevators. One of them is current.
Like the elevator is moving, or like
Like you can
the
see, like
door-
the number is changing as this
Oh.
elevator's moving.
Okay, if there's an elevator, then there's gotta be emergency stairs nearby. That's what I'm going for.
Mm,
So looking at this elevator and the little number changing, there's always a plaque or a designation somewhere near an elevator that says what floor
Mhm.
that you're on. Feel like we're somehow underground, so this is like a sub floor, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Is that elevator coming closer to us or further away?
You are on B4. That elevator is currently at B7, heading towards B6. Eventually heading towards B5. It is getting closer to.
Run, run, run.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like if
I
there
don't
aren't
like that.
stairs, I am hiding somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like it just
find
depends on
the stairs.
the environment.
Yeah. Stairs.
There's doors all over the place.
Oh, great.
Damn.
Is there one that indicates stairs?
None of these doors are marked.
With a little
Who designed this place?
That's illegal.
Yeah, this is an OSHA violation.
Report them.
Okay,
The most
Report.
apocalyptic thing that can happen, OSHA violation.
Damn it.
If someone
Then,
wants
as
to,
quietly as possible, checking doors.
would you roll a d6 for me, please?
That's a 6.
6. Get to a door, wrench it open, and it is just a pile of.
Shut
Close the door.
Yep.
Wrong room.
Wrong door, man.
Anyone else?
Sorry, my bad.
Uh,
Is there anything that looks like it's got a key card swipe
Oh yeah,
or
plenty of them.
pad or okay? Any of the doors that Sam tried that he couldn't get into?
Literally the first one that Sam could read, pulled it open, and closed it.
Oh, love that for them. Okay, how close? Okay, I'm gonna follow Sam and try another door.
6, please.
Can I pretend I rolled a 6?
Sure.
I'm gonna.
I don't think that helps us here.
yeah, that must
This
look
is
good.
random.
Do you
It
just
wasn't
want
great
to
last
find
time.
a pile of bodies?
I rolled a 2.
Actually,
Oops, all bodies.
get to one where there's a key card and run it across the scanner. It takes a few seconds. There's that beep of affirmation. Pull the door open, and something just immediately lurches like from that door frame towards you.
I yell again and I shut the door, but very short, not loud yell. Like
The body just continues to fall, eventually hitting the ground, not moving. The storage closet behind, full of supplies.
And at that yell, because I was going to start looking through like the little desk area and stuff. That yell, I'm gonna whip around and jump over there and like, oh fuck.
sorry.
All right.
It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm
Here,
gonna walk over.
let's see what's in this closet. Maybe there's something good here.
Right. While they're doing that, I'm going to smash this thing's head just to make sure it stays there.
Takes
And
very
then I'm
little
gonna retch a
force.
little bit.
There's ding. Elevator gets one floor. Headed towards your floor.
Okay. I think at this point I'm probably gonna take an ambush position.
It's like I want to hide behind the reception desk.
Hop over it.
Just slide over the counter. Yeah, real cool. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Two of you get into your hiding positions. Three of you are kind of standing in front of this supply cleaning closet. Hear the ding elevator. Heartstone.
Gina killed the thing that was in the supply closet, right? All right. I go in the supply closet. You guys gonna come in
Yeah.
the supply closet? Let's go in the supply closet.
Yeah, I feel like I would have gone in there
Yeah,
immediately as soon as we
I
got
think the
that
three
thing
of
in the
us
way.
are moving in there.
Let's go
And then
chip, 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 chip.
we shut the door.
The
Sabrina, you
soon as you're
cannot
in,
scream again. You have to be silent, okay?
Okay.
in shutting the door behind you, hear the ding of the elevator doors. Hear something that sounds like someone like hitting that panel of buttons repeatedly. Loud. Fuck. On your feet. I was going on the elevator, but we're gonna find another way out of here.
Holy shit, they're alive. And
Sam and I think that's probably see first. But a figure smaller in stature, maybe barely cresting over 5'3", 5'4", hoists a much larger figure onto their soldiers. Why can't I say shoulder? Onto their shoulder. A very early man, probably over 6 foot, but holding their side as from the rib cage down to about their knee, they're just soaked in.
That's
So
fine.
this is a waiting room type area, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there is a couch somewhere,
Oh yeah.
and I will move to help the large person onto that.
Gun is immediately out and pointed to you. This handgun, safety off. Feminine figure that's hoisting their companion up on their shoulder. There's daggers. Very short cropped, kind of like curly blonde hair. How are you
I
doing down
know
here?
this isn't.
No one's alive down here. Who
I'm
the
gonna
hell are
shove the
you?
door open as I see this because I'm like kind of looking through the crack and I see this gun being pointed. I'm gonna shove the door open and I've got like a mop in my hand. And I'm just gonna snap it off real quick so that there's a point. and just look menacing with it.
And I'm just going to say, I know this isn't my best day, but if I look dead, maybe you should just shoot me.
I'm gonna sigh, just, and I'll turn around. It's a supply cabinet. There's got to be towels. It's a
yeah.
medical supply cabinet, so there might be crutches.
Sure.
All right. I say, everybody pipe down. We're on the same fucking team. We got to get out of here. And then I hold up the towels and then toss them.
Larger figure bleeding all of his blood every single step. Looks down
Did we fight?
at all of you. Fine, Olivia. Clearly not dead, and hell if they are. Not getting out of here anyways. By this point, I'll hear the crash. Something running into that gurney that you placed. And can hear bodies just scrambling.
I'm just gonna pop up from
Back in the
the
elevator?
reception desk. Hey, we can't stay here. We gotta go.
Love
Back the
to.
elevator?
Like, hits the elevator
Yeah.
button a few times. It stopped here. It won't go any higher.
Of course.
I'm
Okay.
gonna reach
I
back
really
into the
gotta find-
closet
Yeah.
and grab like a roll of duct tape.
Yeah.
Also, that
And-
couch that I was offering the figure, moving that into the like side area.
Uh-huh.
I would come out of the closet and go to the elevator. I don't really say anything else to anyone because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to see if the key card will work in the elevator, just like if in a regular hospital you can't get to a floor because it's for staff only. I want to see if this will get us to higher floors or if it's actually jammed.
The moment you step into the elevator with the key card, it lets out this very gentle tone, and the rest of the buttons light up.
Oh, I didn't even have to do anything? Oh,
Yeah.
get in the elevator. Get now. We have to go.
Move.
I will-
Move.
I will, yeah, I will help move this big dude into the elevator, and I'm
What
gonna
the
take
hell?
the towels and shit, and I'm gonna jam it against his side and start wrapping him in duct tape.
We have established that Troy is somewhat of a medical, and through the tattered remains of the around that rib, clearly see 5 or 6 different, very distinct bite marks. And that entire section of his rib cage is starting to go black.
He pauses and pause for a second, kind of look up at this guy because I'm kind of bent down, and just give him a look like, what the fuck?
Stare at each other later, and Olivia kind of like push anyone that's not already in the elevator towards and in, as a tide of bodies from down the hall, from the way that you would come, just ramble over top of each other, just throwing themselves ahead of this pack of like feral animals, but humanoid shaped, gaunt, very much decayed, and just hungry.
Furiously pressing door close.
Yeah.
Wait.
No.
No.
Nobody else saw the bite marks, right? Just Troy?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Doors slowly come to a close. We did with very soft elevator.
I hate Mary Manilow.
Sugars and sugar.
I don't know why it worked for you and not for us, but
Do you know
And
the
am I-
layout?
This place?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'll look at the woman, I think you said, and I'll ask, where'd you get a gun? Why are you here?
No, no. Why are you here? There's no one alive down here. There hasn't been for a long time.
I don't know.
I
Any of
guess
you know?
it's just your lucky day.
Maybe you could explain what the hell is going on and where we are.
Or why you know nobody down there is alive. How many times have you been here?
Doesn't? What do you mean? What's. Have you not been outside for the year?
I don't even know what
I
year
don't
it is.
remember. Yeah.
We were, at some point, under medical supervision.
By supervision, he means we were strapped to goddamn tables with a needle sticking in our arms.
Both of them lift their eyes, look over the five of you, other. Like you were being experimented on?
What?
Nothing that barbaric.
I checked. I didn't get stabbed. I didn't have anything sewn back together. So if they were, it wasn't something invasive.
I'm gonna pat down like my abdomen to see if I have all my organs.
God, they stole my kidney.
Where is
They,
it?
they said that we're working on a cure down here, but maybe you're it.
Cure? A cure for that? Whatever the hell those are?
With that, elevator kind of breaks past the basement levels, gets up to the ground floor. Doors ding, open up in front of you. You're staring out at like this glass kind of art deco lobby. Very much as modern of a hospital design as you can imagine. Angular, beautiful. At least it was back before. But the entire front wall of this lobby leading out into the see-through. Very thick plated glass. And you are looking out at the apocalypse. Cars just slammed into the side of buildings. Smoke rising from ruins left. Hundreds of humanoid gaunt figures just slowly shambling.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, listen. It's us or Team Dead. We are on the same side as you. You know where we're going. Get us the fuck out of here.
Hell yeah, if you were what they were experimenting on, you were the cure that they were working on, this is huge.
Well, if we're splattered in different pieces, like the folks we saw downstairs, it's not going to matter. How do we get out? Where's safe?
Got a way out on the. Doing all right, Burke? Kind of quiet back there. That massive hulk of a figure has kind of just been leaning back against the elevator wall. The head does up to look at all of you. Eyes are now just full bloodshot. Which one of you would you say is the closest? Burke.
Probably me.
Roy. has all kind of taken this moment in slow motion for as large and as injured as figure. He's just suddenly on you, lurched out like lightning, grabbed on height and teeth.
Do we see this?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put the fire extinguisher to Bert's eyes and let her rip.
Sean, would you change your die from a 6 down?
And has this, they're falling back. I feel like they're falling back, landing on the ground, and trying to push this away. And the other fist is just coming up repeatedly into the side of that jaw, just trying to break it, try to loosen that grip.
There's just a burst of fire extinguisher in this individual's face, almost creating like this barrier, like filling its mouth full of that foam. It still has a iron grip on you, however.
So from behind, then I am going to try to introduce the pipe in my hands to the large zombie's brainstem.
Absolutely.
Like stabbing motion, try to lunge up so I can like stick it to the wall almost.
So, to give you some perspective with the momentum, the two of them would be on the ground. Burke on top. They'll just biting down. Boy.
Then I would go down as low as I can and force up.
The other two of you?
I mean, I was just gonna try to take a knife to the head, just right in there, stop it all. But I don't know.
Yeah. Brina?
I have the baton thing. He said her name was Olivia, right?
Yeah.
Olivia. What is she doing?
Staring at this scene in shock.
Okay. Does she? She doesn't look like she's about to go like feral about her person like
just
losing her.
staring.
Okay. Well, two people already on the Zombo with Troy, so I'm not gonna try and smash a head with a baton with three of my fellow men and comrades and women and everyone over there. Everyone's right there. I'm not gonna do that. So I am going to probably use it as kind of like, you know, how you barrier police, like hold it horizontally like this in front of her just in case. Just in case.
In front of her, like stopping her from acting.
In case
Okay.
she decides to suddenly have a mental break and try to get them off of Burke, I think his name was, while they're trying to kill him.
Knife coming down and the pipe going up. The fire extinguisher not only filling this individual's mouth, kind of the pressure just like shoving down, if it had lungs, down into the lungs. Enough to finally pry off of Troy's shoulder very forcefully. Just that gripping motion. Which, you know, that if, like, an animal, per se, managed to get a grip of your leg, to rip it off of you would cause a lot of damage. So, John, would you turn your die down to a 3, please?
Oh my god, why are you so mean to
Ah.
him?
This thing is forced off, kind of shoved back into the elevator. For a moment, it just sits where it was tossed. Then the hands start to twitch. This thing starts to roll very, very slowly getting itself to it.
Can I slam the down button?
Absolutely.
Can
Sure.
I try to get Burke's gun?
Do you
Yeah.
have one?
Yeah.
Wait, guys, you gotta
Oh.
get out of the elevator.
Everyone is out,
Oh, okay.
other than this individual that was tossed back in. Hit the down button. Those doors close with the cheery ding. Olivia just stares. Oh,
What was wrong with him? What happened?
I don't. Got hacked, but I didn't. I didn't think he was affected.
How do you get infected? Like, he had a huge wound on his side. What happened? What do you mean he got attacked?
Like shaking it off, kind of snaps back into that neutral professional. Not, not here. Talk about it when we get safe. Come on. There should be still kind of that like
Meanwhile,
1,000-yard stare at the elevator door.
Oof.
Before we go, we need rules. Quick. If we're going to get to safety, we need to know how to get there.
Up the stairs. There's a helipad on the roof.
And as they are like talking and arguing with each other, I'm like ripping off my t-shirt and trying to turn it into trying to
I'm
wrap
trying
and
to do
tie
the-
it around here.
I'm trying to do the
Exactly.
towel duct tape treatment on you.
Exactly.
Hey, get that
It's
duct
like
tape.
running back to
I'll
Troy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not pretty. It's what we got.
Sabrina is shaking her head at Olivia and saying, What do you mean not here where it's safe? I just met you. I don't remember anything. I barely remember things about the people I'm with, and you come here with your guy bleeding out, and now my best friend, I guess, is also bleeding. He bit him. I want to know now. I'm not going anywhere with you until you tell me what's going on.
All right. If you haven't seen any of this, shit's really bad. People started getting infected by this virus or plague or whatever this is. But it doesn't kill you, it turns you into that. Makes you want to spread that virus or plague other people. It goes on and on and on and on.
Are we talking contact, bite, airborne?
It's always been contact with their blood, with. I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
Saliva.
How long? How long does it take?
I've seen it anywhere from 60 seconds up to days later.
Your
We
buddy
have to get
there
to the
had been
roof.
bitten a few times.
We have to get to the roof.
All right.
What's on the roof?
What else do
Got
you
a
put on a
helicopter up
helipad?
there.
Helicopter.
Mm.
Let's go. Let's go.
As
Can I
well-
look to
Oh god.
Can I look to Michelle? Did you find anything good in there? I kind of nod over to Troy.
Yeah, they had a couple of things. So she just kind of takes out whatever she was able to procure from the crash cart. Probably like some antiseptic of some kind. If I had to guess. Maybe a couple of drugs. Hopefully those are labeled. Usually in a crash there's like super emergency stuff like epinephrine.
There's fentanyl,
Yeah.
epi, bicarb.
Thinking if there's like alcohol or anything to flush it out.
Yeah, I think there
I don't
would
know.
be.
And I think that as you're digging around, I noticed that you have a tattoo on the inside of your wrist. And it's like a stylized portion of a tree. It looks like a third of a tree. And I have another piece of that. And you can tell there's at least one other piece missing, but I don't know what that's about.
On the move, impromptu disinfecting alcohol, whatever pain meds that you want
Coronation.
to administer. Yeah, it burns. And this wound is not stopping bleeding. You sleep, bring blood.
I think it got some kind of anticoagulant in their spit or something.
What do we do?
I know.
What?
You're fucking useful, ain't you?
You can tell that every jab, every comment, inexperience or a lack of knowledge about this situation started to grow and grow, and she's becoming more and more frustrated. But sees that you are not only her best hope for survival, but humanity's best hope for survival, at least in her eyes, who really are the cure. Pressing on. I do want to take us to a break. Wait for us to stretch your legs and grab a drink. But before I do, that sound of your footsteps just thundering up this well kind of echoed. But then something else. This thunderous crack from down below. And then dozens of other footsteps piling themselves up the stairwell can be deep. And we'll leave it at that. As we go to a break and take a breath and relax, everything is great.
See, I'm breathing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everyone's fine. The D6 don't mean anything. It's just a number.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that doesn't mean
It's
anything.
just a funny little number.
But we'll be right back. And welcome back. Where we left off, we were marching up a stairwell. A horde of humanoid creatures, rotted flesh, gaunt bodies, charged up behind us. They're moving much more rapidly than you. They use each other as stairs, as a ladder, and start filling that stairwell with bodies, just hoisting themselves up 4 or 5 steps at a time. Till we march. As we run, is there anything that you would like to do?
I want to, anytime there's like, a wheelchair in the side or like a trash can, anything, I want to swipe it into the towards the middle of where we are to make makeshift barriers to trip up whatever's coming after us.
Yeah, I'm basically just chugging along, holding my shoulder, trying to keep pressure on it as we're going, and trying to ignore the overwhelming pain from having chunks of flesh ripped off.
Bro, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
You can send me your answer in a private message. Uh, who is closest?
Instinctively, it's Sabrina. Might not remember why.
I will, just as a reminder, what type of firearm did I get from Burke?
Just a handgun.
6-hour P226.
Oh,
9mm, 13 rounds.
9mm handgun.
Then what I am doing, since it's not necessarily large caliber, I want to at least 1 or 2 times pop a single round into like the kneecap of zombies as they are coming up after us to try to slow them down.
Like point down the stairwell and just fire off a round.
I would like to think a little bit more practice than just fire off, but
Yeah,
quick,
like an
quick
aimed
shot.
shot, not like shooting
Yeah.
randomly. Yeah. Michelle, Sabrina. Or sorry, Sabrina, you are looking for trash can, whatever you can to throw away.
Yeah. Whatever's in the stairwell.
Michelle.
Just trying to look ahead. I assume Olivia's leading the way. I can't do anything about what's behind me, except I keep trying to look at Troy just to see if he's, eyes are getting weird or if he looks like he's hungry.
You got them weird eyes.
There is kind of that natural bias that as humans, if we're looking for something, we're bound to. So if you're anticipating that Troy is about to go feral at any moment, any odd look, any sudden movement, it kind of raised that flag of turning. Okay, no, turning now. We're still good.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm not suggesting that we take care of it now is because someone mentioned that we might be a cure. So he might be okay if we can get that wound closed.
Yeah.
So, how effective are the current strategies of keeping these zombies back?
Every like thick steel trash can that gets rolled down into their path is like a bowling ball into pins and knocks out a supportive layer of bodies, but it takes a few moments for them to rebuild and just continue piling themselves up.
Yeah. I don't like how close they're getting and our chances at that. So Michelle is going to take the or at least one of the remaining bottles of antiseptic, take some gauze, stuff that in at the top, and basically make a Molotov, but with medical supplies.
Yeah.
Because Michelle is a lighter person. She probably has a lighter on her. I'm gonna throw it in there.
It's a moment where suddenly there's fire, and all of you, out of the corner of your eye, see this makeshift Molotov cocktail, and it's all registering in your minds, and then the next second it is hurled down. There's just kind of that slow motion moment of calm, and then a fireball below you, and screeches, inhuman screeches, whether it's pain or frustration or hunger. Things start calling out, their voices echoing up the stairwell, repeating things that they probably had said life, things that they remembered. And it's just this odd, discordant mix of what would be normal conversation to us with, hey, how's it going? Mondays, am I right? But in this high-pitched, screeched version, and it's just voice after voice piling on top of each. does buy you time. All of your action eventually can see top of the skull. Olivia just now full on sprinting 3, 4 steps at a time until she hits that door and throws her shoulder into it. That natural sunlight bathes down over top of all of you. Again, there's that moment where you have to give your eyes time to adjust. Then you get a good look at the city around you. Mass destruction. Hordes of hundreds of humanoid figures now sprinting towards the all direction.
Son of a bitch.
The helicopter. Olivia dives in the driver's seat, starts whirling up the blades, starting up the.
I'm
Initially
gonna turn
looks.
back.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As we feel like, since I'm probably a little slow right now, I'm probably the last one out the door. I'm gonna turn back and kind of slam it closed and see if there's something I can jam in there, um, to like wedge it. Probably not a whole lot up here, but at the very least,
A piece of wood, something.
yeah, it's something that I can jam in, like the little gap at the base or something to make it stick more, so that it's harder to push open.
About the rest of you, filing into the helicopter.
I'm actually getting into a seat and like breathing very heavily, holding one of my ears during this. Like I've reached the end of how much I can be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting in the helicopter too, but in the seat behind Olivia.
So there are 2 seats up front. Middle is like those bench seats that face each other.
Mm.
I would probably be the furthest back that I could be.
So, climbing into the helicopter.
Yep.
I feel like I'd be screaming at Troy, leave it. It doesn't matter. Get in the helicopter. With one foot in, 1 foot out.
I'll turn and sprint towards the helicopter.
One by one, climbing in. That door holds for a moment, buys you maybe enough.
What?
Helicopter off. Belts flying away. Wherever this effective changes to sides, almost tower hospital. And it's like ants that just climbed on top of each other to up the sides towards the helipad.
I don't like that.
Is that normal now? I assume everybody can hear us in the helicopter.
Yeah, you just pull down like the heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Olivia, is that everything? Is that normal?
There's so
Something's
damn
got
many
him.
of them.
Something's got him riled up. Maybe it's you. Smell different.
Can they smell you from a mile away? I don't know.
I don't know. But as you're having this conversation, kind of like the like plexiglass, you know, display, not just like under your feet. There's little bits where you can what's underneath, and they immediately pulled themselves off the building. Some falling stories before they hit the ground, start pulling themselves back up, and it's like a tide that is following along under the helicopter.
Do we have somewhere to go?
We did, not if they're gonna follow us away. Any ideas?
There's no way they can move as fast as we can.
Say, we just outrun them, wait till they get tired.
How the hell am I supposed to know? I woke up in a damn hospital bed. There's a bunch of dead people everywhere.
We don't even know how they work. How do we know they're not following your scent?
They weren't
The
here when
sound
we
of it.
got here. This didn't happen until we found all you.
Why did you go to the hospital in the first place? You knew somebody had those were down there.
Someone said that they're working on a cure. I'm wagering everything that it's 5 of you.
And who are you exactly? Who do you work for?
Who do I work for? There's no one left to work for.
So what was the point of coming to find the cure then?
We're
We
still
sent-
survivors. The police don't exist. The FBI doesn't exist. Just us.
Who are
Military.
you then?
Who's Olivia? Be a nurse. Long time ago.
So how do you stop bleeding?
Pressure on the wound? Looked like you all had it under control.
Yeah, well, judging from how tired I'm getting, I don't think that bleeding stopped all that well.
Can I look over to Sabrina and Michelle? And I vaguely remember when we were in the room, somebody grabbed one of those IV bags. And I'll just mouth over, like, do you have a bag? Like, because I don't want Olivia to hear.
Wait, which one of us grabbed the IV bag?
I know Michelle grabbed an armful of medical supplies.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
if we want to
Like-
just include that in it, that's
Yeah,
Well,
fine.
there's very specifically a bag because it was unmarked.
Oh, because I was just trying to like see what it was, but like, sure, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
All right. What if you drip a little of that on the wound?
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have too many ideas, so sure.
Not all of it, just see.
And I'm going to look at Sam and mouth in the same way since Olivia can't see back behind her at us. Give me your gun.
And Sam, nodding slowly, clicks the safety on, making sure that they show on off, and hands it over.
Okay. And then I'm gonna turn, face the back, and I'm just in case. I've got it ready.
I did get 2 villain points.
You used one. I remember. I remember.
Down on that street. Oh, you. It's the sea bodies. A horridly grotesque, much, much larger than the other, pulls itself from the room, bringing part of a wall with it. This unchecked mass of muscle, a hulk of a figure, going to reach down, grab part of that ruined wall that came down around it, and just hurl it.
No.
Oh no.
Thank you, James.
James, how could you do this to us? Uh-oh.
So,
Huh.
I'm going to give everyone the option. As this about 10-foot by 12-foot chunk of concrete, rebar, and brick just comes pouring through. Have moments respond as Olivia shouts out, "The hell is that?" You either try to keep yourself safe by grabbing onto safety handles, by just strapping yourself in, bracing, whatever it is, or choosing someone else, try to protect them.
I choose myself. I'm gonna make myself as small as possible, and like hands over head, core protected.
Bracing.
Yeah.
As maybe we're kind of banking a little bit and I can see this coming towards us. I'm gonna turn and kind of throw myself towards Sabrina and like grab hold of the seat and like cover her.
It makes me feel bad.
Everyone else?
Yeah, I feel like strapping myself down is the first thing I would have done when I got in there. Because it's tight quarters anyway.
Bracing.
And
Preparing
I'm
to
screaming at
protect
Olivia,
yourself.
it threw something at us.
Would it be possible? It's totally fine if this is not. Would it be possible to make a lunge for the front seat and just try to like yank the controls up?
Yeet.
Ooh,
Yeet.
I love it.
We'll definitely lose control, but maybe we won't be hit by a rock?
How high up are we?
Maybe 120 feet. Rough ballpark guess. Sabrina, you have a chance to create a memory here for our lovely Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Does Michelle have any training or knowledge or expertise with the helicopters?
Um,
And this can be a negative memory.
I think Michelle had the buzz cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And looked really cool. Michelle used to play a lot of video games. And there are some times in those video games where you had to inverse control a motorized vehicle, a plane, land it safely, and it was the most frustrating thing in her entire life. Like they failed miserably several times, even on easy mode, but eventually they got it. So if those controls in any way mimic this helicopter, they have some kind of idea of what to do.
But in theory, if simulations match real life, Michelle would have the tiniest bit of knowledge of what is going on.
Yeah, and then playing some Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
And because I've stayed silent this entire time, I do want to say, seeing that Gina is unprotected, Michelle is doing something. Gina feels like someone to protect. Sam is going to go to protect her.
Snakes.
As Michelle dives towards the cockpit, and just there is this sudden lurch of movement, not from the impact, from Michelle grabbing control, suddenly tilting the helicopter. Michelle, I need you to choose either Troy or Sam.
No!
Oh my god.
I'm making so many hard decisions in this
Oh
game.
my gosh, how
That's
dare you!
mean.
I'm rolling a die. I can't choose. I'm rolling a die and nobody can stop me. um, hey, at least he's not doing a chat poll like Impossible Landscapes yesterday. That was rough. Imagine chat having to choose this.
Oh.
Alright. Troy is going to be a 1 to 3. Sam is going to be a 4 to 6. That was a 4.
So
That's Sam.
Sam. Sam is just instinctively, we're just up, out of your seat, getting ready to protect the individual that feel like you know, but at the same time is a perfect stranger.
No.
Gets one steps, crossing the gap that feels possibly wide in this helicopter, turns suddenly, and that third step never lands. Are just pulled out from under you. And as the helicopter suddenly getting more and what is key memory come to Sam's mind about
Um, it was many years after uh, sharing the battlefield with Troy that Sam had to leave for the betterment of their mental health. And it was teaching at a university where they met probably Gina and Michelle, but you know, just students that Sam knew. Barely even, might have just had one class. But it was enough to create that desire to shield.
still that student mentor mentee feeling that bond, grow and learn better. So that comes flooding back. Helicopter. Sam falling. Via writes the controls and helicopter ways and fuck me. Everyone all right back there? What was that?
Just go. Get us the hell out of here.
That was. It looked like it bought us a moment at losing your tail. After parts off, eventually slows to stop top of near the top skyscraper. Comes to rest at this makeshift hell. Other figures come running out, piece together barricade hovels. Basically, they took this wide, flat platform, built homes on top of it. Eventually, the rudders powered off. Olivia whipped shouting, "That's what bought you time."
Sam saved us.
Troy's body, when he was protecting Sabrina, was blocking her view when Sam fell. And now, with them landed and everyone kind of righting themselves, she realizes that he's there missing and is a little confused at first, but the confusion becomes frantic and she pushes Troy away and like is just like swinging her arm, like trying to get an answer, repeatedly asking, "Where's Sam? Where's Sam? Where's Sam?" And it really wouldn't matter if someone answered her. She's just gonna keep going because she doesn't want to believe that in that very brief moment of the jerk that they could have been gone. They just met again. She doesn't even remember everything about them. Like, how can they be gone already?
I'll walk up to Sabrina and I know she's freaking out. And if they'll let me, I'll try to put my hand out on her shoulder lightly and just say, Sam fell out. That's the only reason we made it here. I wish it hadn't happened. But Sam just saved us all.
We could just go back for him.
No, honey.
They're fine. No, they're fine.
Doesn't work that way.
We're supposed to be the cure, right? Then whatever could get them, that they fell into. No, they'll be fine. We just retrace our steps. We're safe, right? Troy's still alive, right? It's fine.
Yeah, I'm here.
So maybe their bites don't matter. Maybe they're fine.
Maybe their bites don't matter, but there was an entire wave of them. It being the cure, being immune, being whatever this is doesn't stop someone from being torn apart. I'm sorry. Like I feel like on the entire ride back or wherever, Michelle's just had her head in her hands. They get up somewhere. She's not having a good time. She's probably kicked something at this point.
Troy, will you?
I feel that's probably the point where it starts screaming for a medic.
Will have just formed sides of the helicopter, help that out. Maybe taking half a second to rise of or people in the helicopter with, immediately brushing that to the side, helping you all get out. There's just multiple hands that are out picking up Troy, helping to get him in.
Olivia, do they know?
What?
Why? What are they going to do to Troy?
They're not gonna kill him if
That is. I'm sorry. I know you lost somebody too. We can't lose another one.
same thing happens to your friend that happened to one of you is gonna.
You say something about us being different?
I'll hope not. And that is Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of good folks getting you.
Look, Troy lost a lot of blood. We have something in common. Let's try to donate some of ours.
As people have kind of been, unloading supplies from the helicopter, checking on and someone called out above the rest of the arena that, oh my god. And then someone just comes absolutely pushing their way through the crowd in almost identical feminine figure, Rena, and just throws her arms around. Oh, they, they said that everyone in the facility was dead. How are you here?
Uh, who who are you?
That's not funny.
Uh, I I don't think this is a joke. I just lost a friend. I'm not in a joking mood. Why would I joke right now? You're and then I'm going to hold them at arm's length and just like see the reflection of myself and then like take another step backward and repeat the question. This isn't funny. Who are you?
Sister.
I who is Who's closest to me?
Troy's
I'm gonna go with
inside. I think Olivia was.
yeah.
We're talking. Probably Michelle.
Yeah. I was gonna go with Michelle actually. I'm gonna look at Michelle and like my face, I don't even have to say words. It's like there's panic, there's fear, there's sadness. Like I've just experienced an entire array of emotions in all less than 30 minutes and less than probably 5 hours of waking up and not knowing what the hell is going on. And I'm just like pleading to please tell me who this person is and why they're telling me that they're my sister. Why do they look like me? What is happening? I don't understand.
Yeah, kind of seeing this situation like play out right in front of her, and seeing how probably explosive it could possibly get, with the feelings on both sides. Um, Michelle is just going to say, "I think we need to sit down and talk."
About what? It's you're alive. That's huge. That,
Yeah, and it's something that we're confused about. We could really use your help maybe getting us up to speed here. We're not sure what exactly happened down in that basement, and I'm not entirely sure if you all were looking for us in particular or just some type of bottle or vaccine, but it's us. Um, we're just as confused as you are.
do something down there. I think there'd be any survivors. That means that it worked.
But what exactly? Do you know anyone that was doing this research?
Yeah, a lot of doctors that I'm guessing are all dead now, but you're here.
And we
You're
know about as much as you do.
you're my sister and you knew I was there.
Yes.
Why how did I get there? If if we were all part of some experiment, I guess that's what people keep saying. People keep saying a lot of stuff actually. Can you fill in the gaps because none of us have a full story? It's just one vague answer after another, and my sister would know the answer, right? You'd know why I was there. You'd know the steps to how I got there because clearly you thought I was dead. So why are you here and I was there? Why were we
Right?
experimented
Right.
on?
Side, I'm sure has been very traumatic. And for what you may expect from someone who thought their sibling was dead, right? Probably see a range of emotions across their. She's smiling. She's overjoyed, but it doesn't seem like she's quite overjoyed. Just the fact that you're alive, but the fact that whatever this usher everyone makeshift shelter. There's a door that leads to the building heavily buried. Right. When this virus started, they tried whatever they could to stop it. Any cures and preventative, nothing was. So they amped up the process. That facility was our last bet at finding the answer, and clearly we did, because here,
But Did we sign up for this?
Wouldn't.
I don't know. We're the only 5 that worked. You said they were trying other things, so if it was dangerous, who would?
None of that matters, right? Here, you're alive. We'll start taking some blood samples. We'll figure out where they
It
were in
does
the
matter. It, you're my sister, and you're saying none of it matters, but it's not even like you care that it's me. You're saying blood samples. We were reunited. Shouldn't you be more interested in why I signed up for a dangerous procedure, or what was in it? What was going to happen to me? You're surprised that I'm alive, like, but you want to send me right back to get blood samples without knowing anything about this place. I don't even know anything about you. Like, what was our first dog's name? Did we have a dog? Like, where are our parents? Do we have any other
being
siblings?
ridiculous.
No, I don't think she is, especially since out there, whatever cure is in us now is making those things out there angrier. There's obviously some adverse effect to this, and we need to get to the bottom of that right now.
All
What did we sign up for? Or did we?
pained cry. Don't see Troy, but recognize his as Troy. While they are working to patch up the wound, they are actively drawing blood, they monitors, midst of kind of trying to make sure that you stay alive. They're like they're running experiments.
They've probably got his arms are probably strapped down at this point to hold him still. And he is probably cussing the hell out of every single one of these guys.
Olivia is right there, just screaming at them. The hell do you think you're doing? We barely survived, and you're jabbing them full of needles. And they're like pulling her away from the table, like telling her it's fine, just go get rest. You're tired, normal.
Swear to God, I get out of this thing, I'm gonna kick one of you people right in the goddamn jewels.
Have the sedatives. Want to accidentally pierce the wrong vein or cause any more damage here.
You said we could hear
Maybe
this, right?
You heard the cry of pain, and you probably hear bits of this conversation, though muffled. As Olivia's like literally drug out of the tent, still screaming upset.
And I think that I would probably try to shout so folks could hear me. And I'd probably try to say, look, there's one of him, and there's 3 of us. He might be different. He might be special. He might be the key. You're going to need more of his blood, and you're not going to get it if you take out any more.
Just making sure. Right.
And give him some of mine then.
Going to be fine. Go have a seat. Have a rest if you need it. You will look like you much needed water, look at food. And like
It's
throughout
not
this,
fine if he's screaming.
throughout all of this, she's kind of like moving to position herself in between three of you. Is like gesturing towards others, provide backup. Come with me. Talk. I'll tell you all about our first dog, about how much I missed you. Right now, I want to save humanity. I don't think that's much to ask.
It's not, but it's not too much to ask to give him 30 minutes to rest, to give him a day or two to rest. We have been gone how long, did you say? How long?
We're brought under sedation.
Well, can it wait another few days?
Dies.
Then you
Then
have us. Leave him alone. Tell them to leave him alone.
there's a flanking her. Tell medical staff to hold examination, wait, rest, and then we'll pick this.
Fine. I'm gonna look at the other two. Look at Troy. And then I'm gonna give the gun to Michelle that I took from Sam before he fell. But I'm gonna keep my baton. And I'll go with her.
As the two walking away. Not looking at you, looking to these. You don't remember anything.
No. No.
Fortunate. Even though
Is it? Is it? You guys seem a
hey,
lot more measurable. I don't know. I don't know if I want to remember before all that. You said 13 months ago under sedation? Maybe not remembering those 13 months isn't so bad.
right. And open the door. Step to the side. After you.
Okay. I'm gonna look at her and take a step in before, but I don't really take my eyes off her.
Yeah, has been drug out and is kind of unceremoniously tossed. Just furious. Oh no, we lost someone.
Oh, it
Oh,
was Heck.
Lost Heck.
Heck. We lost Heck.
Give a second. Heck Gremlins. Gotta love it.
Heck, can you still hear us?
Alright. We'll be right back. Sorry about that. We're back. Minus some tech gremlins. Tech may or may not be in shock, which just leaves Mina, or kind of left on the outskirts. Medical tent you left out from wherever led.
So, I know in the helicopter we had tried to use some of that bag on Troy. Um, does Michelle still have that?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, I'm gonna ask her to give it to me. Okay, and then whoever I think is like the lead, whoever is speaking to me, would have you. I'm gonna say if you want to run tests on this.
Mm.
This might be what made us different.
Some of the
Let Troy rest. There might be something. Look, they they did something. They said they might have been tracking us by smell. So, what if Troy has pheromones that, like, I don't have or something? There might be a key in there, but in order to get it, Troy has to live. All right. So here, take this. Test this first.
some of those that getting ready to pull blood from take the bag and you're back. Yeah, just waits until some base. There's enough that she not be. I don't.
It's not your fault. This is what I expected. Look, we lost Sam. We can't lose Troy. So these people, anything that you can do, just we need everybody, okay? For as long as we can. Now, who is Sabrina's sister?
Rachel didn't. They were sisters.
What does Rachel do here? Is Rachel calling the shots?
Didn't think so, but really, I don't know what the hell's going on. Father used to. It was doctors hospital.
So Rachel set all this up then.
Said that maybe there might have been some vaccine.
And
Knew more than she
Rachel
told
told you
us.
where to find it.
On
Yeah. Is Sabrina safe? Can we get Michelle some water or something? Can we get me some water?
yeah, that's to
I'm not leaving right here unless they drag me away.
Troy. Not give you this a cut down. They've also done very little. Stop. You want to take your down to one and
I feel like that's probably appropriate.
it's crowd of people around that were for just a few moments ago hovering around Troy of the wound, attaching, a heart rate monitor, and then wind was just kind of taken out of their sails. Troy may as well bet a sack of potatoes lying on the bed for all they cared. And I think you'd be the only one in any position to that heart monitor start to flatline.
All right. I'm gonna rush into the room. And do I see any medical staff whatsoever?
There's a handful left, but I mean they're talking. You hear like a pair of them just laughing. They're It's as if it was a normal day.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'll scream at them, help me, and I'll be looking. I don't know if Gina would even recognize what sedative they said that they gave her. I will just, at this point, Gina has completely lost composure and is just screaming for somebody to help.
Would jump over very clearly, but even as you entered makeshift shelter, Rachel shut the door. Still standing there. You do all have a hero point left.
Um,
She said,
Yeah. Can we pause my scene so we can go back to Gina so Gina can use a hero point?
Oh no, we have to finish this scene.
Okay, I'm not using the hero point. That's mm-mm. I'm gonna be a hero and not use the hero point. Okay.
Really thought you died. They said that the study didn't have any survivors.
Who said that?
No one, like I said, they're all dead now.
You Why does everybody why do people keep saying that it's not important? I feel like for someone who doesn't remember anything, for all of us who don't know anything, everything is important. Like I honestly don't understand any more than when I woke up because people keep telling me, "Oh, it's not important." The fact that somebody said that we all died, that there were no survivors, that you know that is important, right? Like I'm supposed to be dead, but I'm not dead. So what stop saying it's not important and tell me who said that.
Bunch of overconfident doctors used to listen to, got them
What were you trying to tell them?
tell them correct dosage, mixture. But like you,
How do you know? Are you a doctor too?
father was.
And he knew the right dosage? He was working on this?
While
That means he's probably dead, huh?
likely, but that's why they chose you. Insurance.
What about do we have any other family? Are they here?
We're all that we have left. other. Get your memories back. Get through this together. Those people you woke up with were put into a circumstance with them that, unfortunately, they're not your family. I am.
I know more about them than I know about you.
Happy to be down with you. Us, childhood, everything. Tell you everything, but just not
What do we have to do now? Like,
now to get what's in your blood. It was Troy, his blood. The other one, you all have the key. Know
okay.
if it's on a timer or can't risk that.
You can take my blood. That's fine, but I don't want anything to happen to Troy if we take anything else from him. He was bleeding out a lot, and I just want to make sure they're okay. They all helped me get out of there. I wouldn't be alive still if it wasn't for them. Nothing can happen to them. You have to promise me that.
To give you option else. That hero point you have, save it
Mm-hmm.
for Troy, or use it to remember why down there.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to do what Heck did and roll. That didn't end so well. Alright, I'm gonna roll. I can't have that decision because I want both things. Okay. 1 through 3 is Troy. 4 through 6 is memory. Is Troy. 3. So, I'm not gonna use it. But if the chat wants to give me another hero point, I'm not gonna say no.
Get some rest. Worse for the but nothing happens. Open the step out. Let it behind.
Okay.
Hear something slide into.
I am not gonna immediately go to the bed. I want to hear the hallway and put my ear as close as I can. I hold my breath, so even though they probably can't hear me breathing, I think they can. And
You
I
would
listen.
hear screams to help him, calling on the door. Save Troy.
I immediately try the door with as much force as I can.
It is firmly barricaded.
I try again, and it's firmly barricaded still. And I start banging on the door with immense profanities to let me out.
You know, as you get over and are just standing over Troy's body, the doctor does come up, looks at the heart monitor, down at Troy, wound that is still profusely bleeding, despite the sutures to close it up, despite the pressure that was put on it, despite the time that has passed, still profuse. Like on the blood when we could. Half it's on the floor already.
Oh, why don't you save the rest? Stop the bleeding.
What?
You're the doctor.
You sutured it. Done.
Super glue. Baby powder. I don't fucking know. There's gotta be something. And can I look around the room?
Yep. Basics of medical.
Is there anything heavy?
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up something heavy. Not sure what it would be. And I'll stand over whatever machines they were using to run those tests. And I'll tell them I will smash this to fucking pieces. And all your tests will mean nothing. Do something. Or you're dead too. He is the only thing that can save you. So those things can climb.
Troy. We have not one, but 2 hero points.
Ooh.
While your life technically over, die has run. The blood loss has been. You're not dead. You can still hear what's happening. You can still feel what's happening. Though the pain is gone. 2.
Kind of just looks up. You know, the eyes are real heavy and kind of fluttery, and kind of looks at Gina. Very weak smile. Get her out of here for me.
I'll do my best.
I think I'm fucked, darling.
I don't know if. Do you want to fucking eat them?
No, I ain't hungry. Probably tastes
Right.
like shit.
Yeah, true.
I think I lost a lot of blood.
Hey. What was that thing you used on me? Fed Ribitrol or.
The sedative kept you from
Yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah, okay.
I need, I, I need like a blood or something. But this shit on my shoulders, I think it's still wet.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that means it ain't stopped.
Is there a blowtorch? Can we cauterize this shit?
Certainly could.
Yeah, you can.
That nurse is still in the room?
I mean, you can see that they've like started to inch towards the tent flaps, like slowly just moving away from you.
Look, if he passes, the first thing he's gonna do is come back and eat you. So you best keep him alive however you can. And you're running out of time.
Would you like to spend a hero point?
Yes.
Grabbing just a very rudimentary blowtorch. Just the bottle of fuel on top of the little switch. There's no pain, Roy. Even as you can feel the fire, there is no pain. Look, See? That's not gonna hold. It's gonna keep
Don't
bleeding
you
out.
dress wounds here?
Tried. Led through it.
You
You
sure you
got
don't
some
want to?
kind of anticoagulant in their saliva, I'm thinking. You need
Yeah,
something
there's
to
like.
counteract it. Clotting agent.
How about this? Why don't you pump more blood into him while he's pumping it out? And we'll figure. Do what he just said.
Okay.
You do that. You do what he said.
Like, hands
Smash
still
this.
up, like,
Might smash you.
I'm reaching down, get the equipment, like, it opens up a cabinet and starts rummaging. You like that tubing, a not very sterile little kit. Alright, you grab the blood, it's back behind.
I do it. Keeping an eye on the medical person. I know enough to hang it on the IV thing. And
Just need you to grab it for me, or let me put my hands down so I can go.
okay, here. I'll grab it. Tell me what to do.
Moment that like you start to agree, he is just going to take like that IV stand and just swing it for you.
Uh, Apparently, I didn't put down my heavy thing, so I'm going to try to block it.
There's this crash of carts being overturned, of this heavy piece of machinery hitting the floor and shattering. Sabrina, even as you're pounding on the door, you're hearing this commotion. Like any clue what's going on. And then you hear that latch undo.
I throw the door open.
Olivia, just suddenly in your face, just eyes wide staring at you. I, get to the helicopter. Go.
I shove her out of the way and I book it towards
Mhm.
where I heard the noise from. No, I'm not going to the freaking helicopter again. I'm going to my friends. And I'm just bolting. I'm just like Sonic.
By now, the camp is starting to recognize this. Troy, you're cognizant enough that you're recognizing that Anna and this doctor in a physical altercation.
Pretty weak, but my legs aren't tied down, so I'm gonna try to kick out and smack this guy in the crotch with my heel.
The thing is, they were strapped down, but you lift them up like they weren't. It just
Mhm.
and what should have just been just a debilitating kick. There is the crack of pelvic bone, and then the doctor dropping to the ground.
Well, shit.
You still in there?
I think so.
Sure you don't want to fucking eat them?
Sabrina and Olivia
Go for a
appear in
beer,
the
but that's
tent
about
flap,
it.
just whipping open the flap to the medical tent. Olivia still chasing behind. Jesus Christ! We can get them out, but you need to. The two of them just stare at this scene of the destroyed medical tent. The doctor who is just writhing in agony on the ground.
I look up at Sabrina and be like, "Oh, hey,
Hey.
You may want to untie me.
Yeah. And then I'm just kind of like looking around, really confused, but it takes maybe half a second before I go to undo the straps that are still keeping him down.
I didn't know what they were gonna do. I found you. I'm sorry. The helicopter ready. Let's just get out of here.
Your friends are assholes.
Apparently, by now, shouting has started to echo throughout the camp. What would you like to do?
I want to look for any files that are around, anything lying
Yeah,
open,
like those
physical things.
manila folders.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab like 2 bags of blood and that needle kit and some tubing. I'm just gonna wrap it up in a. I'll take somebody's coat, like the doctor coat, and wrap it up.
I'll leave the room and crouch down where Michelle is. I say, look, you can stay there, stay here with them. They're probably going to try to kill you. You can come with us and we can take our chances. I think you should come with us. And I'll just see if they nod.
Michelle will just absolutely take your hand, nod, and help escort you all. Are you headed towards the helicopter?
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Also, live from the apocalypse. Much for the raid. We are playing Who We Are. This is a game that I wrote about memories in the Diceless storytelling game where as you play, you develop your characters. You literally don't do anything beforehand. And apparently we make everybody cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troy's got his stuff wrapped up. Hey,
there
I
we
think
go.
it's time to go, darling. Let's go. Can we get out of here?
No. Not yet. You guys go.
Don't be dumb. What are you looking for?
There are answers here for what they did to us, and there's something not right, and they cannot keep doing this to people. Something's wrong.
Oh, God damn it. He's gonna
They're
kind
going to
of
kill us.
tie his bundle like around his around himself. So he's like using the sleeves to like tie it around himself.
There's the sound of a
Alright.
gunshot that just echoes.
Oh shit.
Oof. Okay.
Let's go.
You still have that gun?
Michelle has it now. I gave it to her.
Alright.
Over.
Do you guys remember how to make that thing that Michelle did with the alcohol?
Mm-hmm.
Molotov cocktail.
Okay, it has a name. That. We do that. We take whatever we can, and we don't let them continue this. If we can't stay behind a fight, we don't let them fight anymore. We don't let them continue, and we get out of here.
I mean, I smashed up their machine. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Is there a portable tank of gas in
Oxygen?
here? Oxygen tank.
Absolutely.
All right. Get what you need, because that's pure oxygen. That shit'll burn like crazy.
All right. You guys get in the helicopter. Give me 15 minutes.
I don't think we had that long.
How long do we have? How long before the oxygen blows up?
I mean, once we set something on fire in the right place, it won't take long at all.
Irregardless
You-
of the oxygen, guards, say, led by Rachel Ark,
Start looking for what you're looking for, and I'm gonna start grabbing medical stuff. They should have pure alcohol in there. They should have lots of rags, things like that, and various flammable stuff. And gonna start making Molotovs.
Gina, get on the other side of the flap of the entrance to this tent. I'm gonna stand on the other one. When they come in, shoot them. And I'm gonna attack from the other side, okay? Just in case.
How about we just go? Killing people in cold blood? No. They're trying to kill us too? Fuck. Olivia, do they care about you?
up, up in the air now.
Fuck. Do you think they'll care if you die?
Hey,
Fuck. Okay. Just thinking we could hold you hostage.
well,
Alright,
hear
well.
someone shout out. That's enough of this, Sabrina. You're trying to pull. I told you, I'm your family, not them.
You're really not acting like it.
You're acting like a child.
Maybe I am a child. I don't know how old I am.
Come out.
I'm gonna look at the others and I'm gonna repeat, get in the helicopter. And if I'm not there before takeoff is ready, just go.
Do we have to go through these people to get to the helicopter?
The tent, right? You can go out the back, right? Is the tent?
Yeah. Kind of crawl your way.
Look at Troy. Your call.
Lost one friend today. I don't plan on losing another one.
Okay. Who's got the weapon?
Hurry up, find what you're looking for. And I'm gonna pull an oxygen tank down, and basically I'm gonna strap one of these Molotovs I got to it. I'm gonna line it up with the door, straight towards where those guys are. And I'm gonna find something nice and heavy that I could possibly break the valve.
Wouldn't even need it. Even as you're like grabbing the tank, it's bending a little bit under.
So strong. Okay.
Okay, I don't recommend this, but I could probably get used to it. All right, y'all find what you're looking for.
And I'm gonna trash the place looking for anything I can grab. And hopefully have enough time to get out.
I'm gonna grab the blood bundle under one arm so I can have the other arm free. Follow your lead.
You have another hero point.
Can we use it to get out of here?
And
That's my suggestion. What do you think?
Yeah, no?
Yeah, I go with it.
a few moments of searching through filing cabinets, finding files, medical reports, personnel reports, grabbing, and you're all slipping out the back.
Right before we leave, I take Michelle's lighter and light that Molotov. And then I'm going to snap the valve off of the oxygen tank so that the released pressure will shoot it out the door towards those guys. With that lit Molotov strapped to it.
Even as the
And I'm
three of you
hightailing it.
slip out the back of the tent and just make your way in between these makeshift shelters, there's just this boom. You can feel the heat wash over a good half of the camp. Shrapnel is just sent flying. People are screaming. And there ahead of you is Olivia in the helicopter at the pilot seat. Blades are whirling to life. And she's shouting something, but over the sound of the screaming and the fire and the helicopter itself, possible to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the 3 of them and run.
Good. Yes. Kind face strong man.
Hasn't had to make Thing hasn't had to make
Hmm.
I need you to pick someone.
What?
As you're all running, a rifle is just leveled. Trigger is pulled and shots barely audible over the. Pick someone.
I mean, I think the only. Can I pick me?
Yeah.
Troy's already dead. But he's also carrying us.
True.
Oh man, okay. 1 to 3. Troy. Otherwise, me. Me.
Reach the helicopter. There's this impact, Roy. Start setting them down. You set Sabrina down in the back seat. Set down Michelle. Set down Gina. And Gina just bumps into.
Question. Am I still conscious enough to say 2 words?
Please.
I'll hold up my hand weakly. I'll say, bite me.
Get a biter.
The helicopter's lifted off the platform as more gunfire just rings against the hull. Four of you, 5 of you, fly away from this platform, now belching black smoke. You hear that crawling up the sides of the building are those humanoid things. Not getting very far, but even as they reach a new height and lose their grip and slide back down, more are climbing up to climb over top of them. And that anthill, your numbers. But as you are flying away, Rita, you believe that we are out of Hero Point. I just need you to roll d6.
Me.
It is
Sorry.
desperately trying to help. As you finally hit the point, just cruising. Everything is calm. Sun is now setting. It almost gives this peaceful glow last ring. Tina hasn't moved in a while. Is there anything you do?
I would have tried to take out the bullet and patch it up as best I could.
As you're kind of using what scavenged have cut away at the tissue where the bullet hit. You make the incision and then down to grab a rag to help stop the bleeding. And that cut has already healed.
Okay. Hey, you in there, girl?
There's no pain. Odd sensation of being alive, but not.
No, my eyes closed. I'll say, boy, if you don't stop poking me, I'm gonna break that finger off.
Damn. It's just going to kind of collapse. Oh, fuck me.
You're okay? You're both okay. I mean,
Given definition.
yeah, relatively speaking, but you're still you, right?
Looks that way.
Hey,
Good.
don't want to break up whatever the hell's going on back there, but you should hear this. Olivia will just like flip a few buttons.
Hello? Is there anybody out there?
Holy shit.
Savannah.
Sam?
Southbound tower. About 10 stories tall.
You heard
If you're
him.
still out there, I'm here.
Well, shit.
He's all right.
Well, let's go get him.
You heard that, Olivia?
Yeah, still in the process of believing, but hear it.
Ain't a damn thing about this day believable.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, we're just about out of fuel anyway, so either this is the real deal and they just got a lot weirder, or we're walking into a trap. Either way, here we go. That's helicopter. Turn, adjust course, head towards the radio signal. Feel like that is a fantastic place for us to call this game to a close. This has been Who We Are, is a diceless storytelling game about finding your memories and working together to recover who you are. We have now done a space station full of weeping angels. We have done a robot post-apocalyptic future. We've done a Wild West purgatory. And now we have done the Undead Apocalypse. And this is the only game where everyone has survived.
What?
Nobody
Sure.
died.
You are all technically still alive.
We're still mobile.
Alive is in the eye of the beholder.
I'm
As I say from the void.
Olivia is the only one.
No, I did not die either. I don't think technically.
No, you didn't.
No.
Almost
But
did.
she's the only one who can, I think.
Oh yeah, Olivia.
Um,
If Olivia died,
and
I would
Michelle.
riot. No, Michelle. Oh, Michelle.
No.
Yeah.
She's one of us.
Michelle's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there I be.
So, thank you all so much for being here, for being an amazing cast. Thank you to everyone that came out to support us. If you want to go check out this game, it is up on our .io page. It's absolutely free. I don't want anything for it. It's just a fun storytelling mechanic that just is there to fully prove that you don't need rules to tell an amazing story, because we went into this with nothing but our imaginations and our improv skills and told a hell of a story. This was so much fun. But I do want to go around one more time, give everyone a chance to tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet. We'll go clockwise for me, which is, once again, we are starting with Sin, who survived.
Hello! I am Sin! Synthetic 20, a Synthetic 20 on Twitch and Twitter, recently back from the dead. That was the most bonkers game. I'm gonna count that as a death. And just Lazarus my way back. Anyhow. Now that my brain is broken, I do TTRPG writing on the regular. That is my day job. So if you are interested in seeing more of my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at asynthetic20 for whenever those things come out. I can't say what the topic is yet, but I have a 50,000 word supplement that I wrote that is going to be coming out this year. Yes, I wrote the entire thing, and I am super excited about that. And if you want to hear more about it, it will be coming out on Twitter. Or if you just want to hang out and play video games and have chill background noise, I play video games on my Twitch, always playing cozy, comfortable games so I can cause trauma in other lifetimes.
Yeah. Like this one. Which, that last minute hero point from Kit is what tipped it over the line.
I do
hit my
love
life.
that I pitched the idea of hybrid zombies, and you went with it, and I loved every minute of it.
Yes.
That is the kind of hope I live for.
That was absolutely Sin's idea. So.
Sorry, was that all you got?
Yep.
All right. Moving on over to Ling.
Oh, hello. I'm Ling. You can find me at needmore_dice on Twitter, and I will be back here on the 24th for a Call of Cthulhu game that's either a continuation of the one that we just had with the new character, because mine didn't have much to come back with. Yeah, she didn't make that one. Either way, it's going to be a great game, and hopefully you'll see me back here sometime soon. Also, give this game a go. This is my second time playing it. It is so freaking fun, and it's easy to pick up, and just like, it's just so fun seeing where your imagination can take you, because I would have never come up with any of this stuff. and thanks everybody. That was amazing.
Yeah, this game was 99% improv. I chose where we were going to start. I chose the NPC that was going to be joining the party. Other than that, everything was improvised. So much fun. Unfortunately, Heck did have a power outage, so she wasn't able to come back and join us. But still, go check out Neon Lights Roleplay, where I'm sure a bunch of stuff.
All the time.
Yeah, just in general, go check out Neon Lights Roleplay. A bunch of.
She also just wrote an award-winning solo TTRPG for the Game Jam.
Yes,
That's
she did.
right.
Sure, yes.
Our Game Jam winner. Which, if you check out our itch.io page, you should be able to see the Game Jam and see all the games that were associated with it. A bunch of really good ones.
Absolutely.
But that brings us over to LC.
Yes. Sorry. I was talking to my
Yes,
dog.
Elsie is paying attention.
I was talking to my dog. Let's see, I have nothing going on ever in my entire life. I don't know what you're talking about. I have 0 games coming up. That's a lie. So I'm LC. I'm Optimistics on almost all social media platforms. You can find the spelling above because I'm not going to spell it. I have once again survived a Hooper game. I don't know how because I talk a lot of trash. And one day that's gonna get me something that I fully deserve. Tomorrow, more trash talk will get me something that I truly deserve in a Call of Cthulhu game on Singularity Roleplay, where we may or may not be dying because we're seducing a snake god. That may or may not have been my idea. I will not admit to anything. And on the 10th, I am in the one shot with Switch being the guest DM for our Pathfinder week. I'm really excited. We accidentally created a 3rd Chaos crew with 0 planning, so it'll be a great time. I highly recommend it. And other than that, yeah, till the end of the month, I got nothing going on.
The next month.
So next month, yes.
Oh no, I have Root. I have Root on the 27th, and also on the
yeah.
27th, the Spies game. It's gonna be a great time. Please don't kill me in Root. That is really the most adorable thing in the whole world.
I don't even think I can. I think that's possible.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna test fate now, are we?
Over to Sean.
Hey, I'm Sean. You can find me on Twitter at SL5. Right up there. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Raven Black Photography, which is my my personal photography brand that I started last October. I will be at MizCon here in Missoula, Montana, coming up on Memorial Day weekend, where I'll be doing photography for all the lovely cosplayers that will be showing up there, which is always a great time. We've got some great guests showing up, some writers, some actors, all kinds of fantastic people. You can definitely, if you can find all the information about MizCon on their website and see all the wonderful guests and things we got going on. As far as TTRPGs, I'll probably be back here sometime next month. We haven't done the casting yet for next month. And also looking to do the second part of our Lancer game from last month that we decided that we needed a part 2. Because Hoop didn't kill anyone yet.
Yeah.
This is the second game where Hoop has kind of sort of killed me, but not quite.
Blame the chat. It's all those hero points.
I know, right? Yeah, other than that, yeah, hang out on the Discord and come join us. We love it. And loved getting back together with Sen and Ling and Heck. And this is my first time playing with LC, which was fantastic. Absolutely love it. And thanks, Hoop, for running a great game, writing and running a great game. I absolutely loved this.
And I'm sorry for ruining your survival rate for who we are.
See, now you have just skewed it in the positive direction, so I can be like, hey, it's not that bad. Look, all of them survived.
It's
Right,
not
and
that
then you
bad.
need to
3
balance it
characters.
out in future
Technically.
games.
Yeah, it's not so bad. 3 characters technically died, but given the circumstances of the setting,
See, now I'm just picturing Hoop as Thanos with the, perfectly balanced as all things should be.
We died, but we became something more.
I guess that just leaves
Oh.
me. Of course, I am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. Although, especially next week, during Pathfinder Week, you are going to see some guest GMs telling some very cool stories because we got a bunch of great people in the Lost Caravan to come hang out with us. The link to the Discord is down below that big old button that says. We'd love to roll some dice. But that's all I got. Our friends over at the Lollygaggers are currently playing. No, they're playing Conan, a game that I have not gotten to play, but I'm very interested. I'm gonna throw a raid over there, and as always, be good people, do good things,